If you dream of a doctor, you're very curious. In conclusion, a doctor's dream is a very good dream. You are super lucky to have a dream of a doctor. There is something very good for you. However, when you talk to a doctor or when the doctor tells you something, it means a slightly different dream, so be sure to watch the video to the end to see what the dream means in your case. Please see the doctor in your dreams as a symbol of your own healing power. The doctor in your dreams is a dream of your willingness to recover to protect your physical and mental health. If you were consulting a doctor in your dreams, it means that you want someone to cling to you and heal your mind. If you were actually talking about a particular illness in your dreams, it represents anxiety about your actual illness. If the doctor in your dreams is the go-to person, you are mentally and physically recovered when you wake up. You need to keep in mind what the doctor in your dreams was talking about. It is the wisdom that leads you to good health and the keyword that brings peace to your mind. If you get advice from a doctor and remember what you're doing in your dreams, you can think of it as just advice on your health. The dream of talking to a doctor has a strong meaning of listening to people. The dream of talking to a doctor shows that you want someone to give you some advice. The following is an example of a doctor's dream that I actually had. The doctor will come up and give you some advice. I am often said badly. But I'm doing good things, so I'll do my best. You may also be blamed for the medicine. But it's not a bad thing. The doctor tells me to do my best. I secretly handed it over because a sick person with a bad physical condition could not get medicine in a beautiful and wide place. It was noticed gently. Let's diagnose the above dream. First of all, the doctor advises us to affirm our actions. In the case of this doctor's dream that I had, the advice is such that there is no major problem if you think of it as advice on your health condition. However, the caveat was that it was not so good to give medicine to other people. If you think of it as a dream diagnosis, in this case, you're paying too much attention to other people, and I think that's an indication that you don't have to be so careful. The part of my doctor's dream diagnosis that I interpreted this time as the advice part from the doctor and the negative content is the part related to others. One thing to keep in mind is that you are counseled by your doctor. The dream of being counseled, basically being explained by a doctor, is when your judgment is weak. You may feel something is wrong as it is now. You may not be satisfied with the current situation and may want to live a different life. When you dream of consulting a doctor, you are anxious. It is likely that you will take actions that you would normally have calmly decided to stop without thinking deeply. For example, in the case of my doctor's dream, there are some unlucky signs, and it is better to refrain from intuitive actions. Taking into account what the doctor said in the dream, the overall health condition, the result was that I was good and I was careful about my relationship with other people. What was your doctor's dream like? A doctor's dream is a sign that he wants to cling to someone and that his heart is seeking healing. What should you do if you dream of a doctor? You should take time for hobbies that heal your mind. Advice to your doctor about your body. If you have a dream, it's a good idea to forcibly create an opportunity to talk to someone, such as trial counseling. You can also help your mental health by having a friend talk to you. In addition, if you are actually ill or have anxiety about your illness, it may be a sign of that anxiety. How much you can trust a doctor in your dreams is also an important factor. If the doctor seems very reliable, the dream itself can be healing. It's likely that the words your dream doctor says are what the dreamer really wants, heals your mind, or wants someone to say. When a doctor comes up in your dreams, remember the words in your dreams and help them to heal your mind in reality. For example, if the doctor in your dream tells you to leave the company directly, it may be difficult to leave the company right now, but the reality allows you to move to another department. Consider whether you can take measures such as changing the environment within the range. The doctor's advice in your dreams is often something you can trust. You can find out what you really should do from your own heart, without the problems of reality, so it's a good idea to make a compromise by comparing it with reality. If your doctor's advice says that your body isn't bad at all, it means that your problem will be resolved quickly. If you are a woman, the doctor in your dreams can be a dream when your sexual desires are reflected. That's because I take off my clothes at the time of examination in front of the doctor. The doctor's dream that a woman sees may symbolize your favorite person. If a psychiatrist appears in your dreams, that doctor is your consciousness looking at you objectively. The words of a psychiatrist are another cool piece of advice from you. This pattern basically only says things that heal you. The hospital in your dreams means a shelter or a place of healing. You have a desire to temporarily leave the harsh social life, to rest, to be isolated. That desire appears in the image of a hospital. However, in the dream of a hospital in the sense of a shelter, the image of surgery or large-scale treatment usually does not come out. If surgery is being performed in a hospital dream, it means that you are trying to cure the sick part of your mind or remove the unwanted things you have. Please note that the dream that you are declared ill by your doctor may indicate your actual illness. Freud, who interprets dreams, explained that dreams are meant to be balanced with the real world. If you were ill in your dreams, you are worried about getting sick. Didn't you get sick when you felt a little tired? You may think that because your own heart is weak. Illness is from the bottom of my heart. If you don't seem to be doing anything wrong, it's best to have a good feeling and enjoy life. However, it may be a dream that tells you what is really wrong, so be careful. The illness in your dreams is a symbol of living illness and heart illness. It's safe to say that getting the same illness that a doctor says in a dream is not a fairly rare case. When you get sick, you have to take a break from work or school or stop doing household chores. So, I'm showing you the possibility of such a situation with the image of a doctor or illness in a dream. However, in some cases, your desire to escape from work, school, housework, childcare, etc., or your desire to take a day off can cause your illness dreams. This means that you are under physical and mental stress. If you are bullied at school or isolated at work but cannot stop attending, the symbol of illness is used as a cause for rest. This is a kind of self-defense. When your doctor tells you something ill in your dreams, your physical and mental SOS may be hidden and should be analyzed carefully.
Life is short.